Hey everyone, it's Katrina from Om Shanti Yoga Studio, and as promised, we are doing Modification Mondays. I've done it a little bit later in the evening today rather than first thing in the morning. Perhaps some of you are watching and flicking through this time of the evening. Otherwise, again, you can always watch it later. It'll be in the feed or in the video section. So I guess I just wanted to put this Modification Mondays together so when you come into a class, or perhaps when you do a practice at home, you can just start to use different things to help with your practice, but also to give yourself permission to not always have to take it to that top level. I know that sometimes it can be hard in a class. Everyone around you is doing something that maybe on a particular day or as a rule isn't available for you or for your body. So this is just an opportunity for me to say yoga is for everybody. You can do yoga in your chair, you can do yoga mostly on the floor. There's lots that you can do. So I just wanted to start the first few weeks in showing some different modifications using different props and starting just with some basic poses. And then we can start to bring in some different things as well to, I guess, show you how yoga is available for everybody. So tonight I wanted to take a moment to look at a lunge, so a crescent lunge, which is something that is used a lot in yoga, or is in vinyasa yoga anyways, is used as a connection from one pose to the other, is part of the sun saltations. So crescent lunge can be done in a few different ways, depending again on your level of practice. So we'll start with stepping back. So you'll just have to excuse me. Hopefully you can hear me and see me well. So crescent lunge I'm looking at is with the back heel lifted and the arms extended up. We've got the front knee stacked on or just sitting behind the ankle. So a lot of people have difficulty here with the balance and tend to put that back heel down, which is probably more of a warrior one, which we tend not to do in my classes just because it's not very supportive of the structure of the ankle. So I really encourage you to lift that back heel, then the hips are facing this way. But as I mentioned, this can create wobbles in people. So please always remember that an option to this, the most straightforward option, is to sink that back knee down. You do not have to do your whole practice with that back knee lifted. So if you're in a class and they're flowing and it's knee lifted and it's too much and you're finding your balance is going, just lower the back knee. Now if you wanted to move up towards a high lunge and you're practicing at home, you can use the assistance of a chair. So any chair will do so long as it's sturdy and can take, the weight. So we're coming into a high lunge, you can use a chair to help create a better balance as well. So then you can go one arm up, maybe a chair on both sides so you can switch flows from one to the other. So that's some basic things that you can use in your practice, in your high lunge. So some other options you can take in your lunge pose is a block. So quite often you'll come into this lunge pose by taking a hand down and twisting up. And often some people can be quite tight through here or through the back body, and it's really hard to get that reach up and opening into the heart space. So you can use a block here. So I'll switch legs so you can see. So a block can come under the hand and that can promote more openness here. So you've got this nice lengthening from fingertip to fingertip rather than coming down and trying to fight to get the arm up. If you have any shoulder issues, you can always place the hand onto the hip because again we're opening through the chest. It's not so much necessarily about reaching up with the tips of the fingers. You can get that nice lift and opening by using the hip to prop the hand on. So you can do that the same in your high lunge or your low lunge. So that's just some basic options for your lunges. If there's any questions, post them underneath in the comments and I will get back to you. But as I mentioned last week, as we flow through Modification Mondays over the next few months, if there's any particular pose that you find difficult or perhaps due to an injury that doesn't sit right in your body, please feel free to let me know and I will make sure that it is one of the ones that we cover on Mondays. So thank you very much for taking the time to join me this evening, and I look forward to doing it again with you next Monday. Namaste.